Yo, what is up, guys? I'm Dan. I'm back with another craft brew review, coming at you with some Boulevard Whiskey Barrel Aged Imperial Stout, guys. We're looking at Kansas City, Missouri, 11.8%, 32 IBUs, and again, it's bourbon barrel aged season. All the craze right now. It seems like it's one after the other. It just is that time of the year. I don't know about you guys, but I do prefer having these bourbon barrel-aged beers in the wintertime. But if it's summer, there's no shot, guys. I can't do it in the summer. I just can't do it. But I've been kind of shying away from IPAs and all those New England-style IPAs these days because it just feels more appropriate, more up my alley right now. This is just so up my alley for this time of the year. What I thought was interesting on this bottle is it says on the bottle, best buy date, March 1st, 2019. So that's coming up next year. Bourbon barrel-aged whiskey stout, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, whiskey barrel-aged, fine. Why is the shelf life capped? That I will never know. I would think that this would be good for a very long time, if not forever. It doesn't make any sense to me, but let's move on. We're going to get going with this, guys. I just thought that this one was a cool one. I've never had it before, but I've heard good things about it. Kansas City, Missouri, sure. Random. Let's go for it. Not a bad hiss. It's decent. Shout out to my fiance for getting me this bottle. I could not have access to this, but she got it for me. Appreciate that. Let's give it a pour. Actually not super black, just a hint of brown in there. Wow, look at that. Wow, nice head on it. Sounds very acidic, actually. The bubbles are really just really spraying there. Currently about a finger ahead, but that's going down very quickly, and as I just said that, it's almost gone. It was a dark mocha head, dark cinnamon, very dark khaki, whatever you want to call it. And literally, look at that, guys. The head is literally gone, just like that. Little outer ring of bubbles, and that's it. Let's go for the aroma. Ooh. It's funny because I can still hear this popping in there. Like, it's almost like it has a very high carbonation going on inside there. It's crazy. You can hear it popping, seriously. Very good whiskey barrel presence. Maybe a tiny bit of spiciness. I don't know, a little bit of rye in there. A little bit of chocolate. A little bit of vanilla. And that's about it. Otherwise, you're just getting a little bit of that whiskey in there. Let's go for a drink, guys. Cheers. Cheers, Boulevard. Oh, very nice. Very nice, actually. This is a hint still a little bit too cold. I did pull it out of the fridge and let it sit for a little bit. Could have probably sat a little bit longer just to get a little bit more of the flavor, but here we are. Whiskey barrel isn't actually too crazy. Just about where I like it. It's called whiskey barrel stout, guys. I mean, yeah, you'd expect a little bit more whiskey, honestly, but that's not that overwhelming. What you're getting really is a little bit of those dark fruits in there. Not too much though, you know. I've been having a lot of dark fruit stout heavy beers, kind of Expedition Stout. Couple others, a lot of Bells actually. Maybe that's what it is because they're notorious for putting those raisins, figs in there. But this, you know, you get a little hint of that. There is a little bit of spiciness in there, almost like there's a little bit of rye barrel in there. Booziness, really not that high. It almost drinks a hair thin, really. It's not super syrupy dark. It did pour kind of with a hint of brown in it. Not that tar, thick substance, syrupiness. No, it's not too bad. It's actually where I would like it, actually. But what you do get is kind of this burnt sugar, roasting a marshmallow over a campfire, woodiness kind of thing like that. Like you're outside just literally having a bonfire. That's more of what I get in this. There's a hint of coffee maybe. Little espresso note in there. A little bit of molasses roasted malt. But actually very well balanced beer. It's not overpowering in any direction. What you're getting really is just this little hint of sweetness. Probably strays from that vanilla in there, which again is, I'm attesting that to the burnt sugar and marshmallow, which is probably just that vanilla really. But other than that, guys, it's actually a very drinkable whiskey stout. Seriously, it's super easy to drink. I don't know if it's because I've been having like 13.4s and Bourbon County 14.7, 15% stouts that, you know, this isn't too shabby, but I do get that little warming going down. This is still a big boy as I burp it up. Yeah, it's just actually a really pleasant whiskey barrel stout, guys. Not bad. It's not too much of what I've had lately. It's a little bit different than everything else I've been having. But yeah, a little bit of that dark fruit, a little bit of raisin fig kind of thing going on. Burnt marshmallow, burnt sugar kind of thing. And then a little bit of that bonfire woodiness. Throw it in with a roasty, toasty malt. And capped off with that perfect amount of whiskey barrel, guys. What you have here is a very well balanced, well executed whiskey barrel aged stout. I really enjoyed this. Very nice Boulevard. I would definitely have another one. Cheers to that, guys. I will definitely see you on the next one. Before we go, let's give it one rating. I'm gonna go 4.15 out of 5. I'm not blown away by this. I can't knock it for too many things. I would put maybe a little bit more dark fruit in it because I like those Russian Imperial Stouts, but that's just like everything else I've been having lately, so I got to give it a thumbs up because it's something different than what I'm used to lately. Not too shabby, guys. This is Dan. I'm over and out. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.